This movie is friggin' cheeks. But seriously, I wanted to love this movie, Mr. Physco Goreman movie, so freaking badly because it had so much potential. I mean, I loved the first 10 minutes. It was so good. There was some hilarious parts in it. The puppets, amazing. But oh my lord, I don't like to use this word. I think it's kind of like if you say it, you're kind of cringe. And that word is cringe. I don't like saying that. It's just kind of weird. But that is the only way I can describe over half of these jokes in this movie. It's just so freaking unbearable. And I don't want to get ahead of myself. First, let's actually have a plot synopsis, because like a quick plot synopsis. And it's basically about this girl, she's like 9 or 10, that finds a jewel thing. And she has a brother too, and that brother's the secondary main character. And so with this jewel, she can control this demon, he's like an alien. This alien warlord that wants to destroy the entire universe, named Physco. Well, he wasn't named Physco Goreman. The girl named him Physco Goreman. And, other aliens try to ensue the Physco Goreman because he has a big bounty on him or something, because he's trying to destroy the entire world. But and I think that's an amazing idea. And this is okay, real quick, this is a full-on comedy. There's it's barely a horror movie, horror is a very loose term. It's kind of just do people die in this movie? Yes, okay, then this is a horror movie. That's basically this entire movie. They it's just there is some and real quick, there's some pretty great kills. There's a lot of good kills, but I'll get into that later. And so, like I said before, the first 10 to 20 minutes of this film are amazing. I only cringed, which I'm going to be using that word a lot. I don't like to say it, but I can't really think of anything else. I only cringed 3 times, and I laughed 5 times. And I'm like, okay, great. And real quick, I have made up a little scale of this movie that is how many times I laughed in it and how many times I cringed in it, because I feel like that truly represents, instead of me just having to point it out every time, I'm just gonna at the very end of the video tell you how much times I laughed and how many times I cringed, because there's a lot on both, I'd say. But spoiler alert, the worse, the latter is the most. And so basically, the introduction of Physco Goreman is epic. I mean, if you've seen it, it's so cool. There's he freaking rips 2 people's head off. He freaking puts this guy in an infinite torment chamber or something. He hangs people's guts up on the wall. It's it's not scary, but it's insanely sick and awesome. It's really cool. And it kind of just reminds me, Physco Goreman himself and all the puppets remind me of old 80s, 80s or 70s or 80s cartoons, how it's cheesy, but it's insanely violent at the same time. And real quick, there's a big difference between being cheesy and being cringy. And this movie is the latter. This movie is fully the latter. And it's kind of unbearable, if I'm being honest. But I'm getting off track. Real quick, I'm going to make a little positive sandwich with the meat in the middle being the most part, because I have a lot of negative to say about this. But first, I want a little oh my lord. I want a little thin slice of positive bread on this, because Physco Goreman, design, powers, voice, personality. Physco Goreman is genuinely a perfect character. He's a perfect character in a heavily flawed movie. And all of the designs of every single monster in this film heavily elevated. I feel like this movie could genuinely be lingering on a 2 or 3 out of 10 if the designs were not this cool. This has the best puppet designs and costume designs I've seen since the Muppets. This is top-notch, cream of the crop puppet design. I mean, I don't have a flaw with any of the monsters. Physco Goreman's cool. There's this little council committee of aliens. Those are cool. The main, angel woman, I'll throw a picture of her on screen. That's, the coolest thing ever. It's sick. It's a great, great, great costume. I have to agree with that. I mean, I feel like the movie might be worth watching just for the costumes. And this is clearly someone's passion project, and I am a child. Like, I haven't made anything in my life other than these videos, but like, you know, if you throw something out, then, you know, it's gonna get ridiculed. And I'm just saying this real quick, if you like comedies and you can tolerate a little bit of, you know, I'm not gonna say it again. If you tolerate that stuff, then this is a great movie for you. You'll probably love this movie. I just can't tolerate it. I'm never gonna watch this movie again, probably. But it is going to be maybe a 10 out of 10 to a lot of people. It's really just personal preference. So I have to say, you should watch this movie, even though I'm gonna kind of rag on it a little bit, because it's clearly like a lot of visionaries and like talent was put into this, and so I don't want to rag on it too much about that, but like, you know, that's just a fair warning, because this is I just can't enjoy it that much. But now we're getting into the main problem. We're getting into the big bad, the horrible part of this movie. The little girl that is the main character. The main character of this film is not Physco Goreman. The main antagonist of this film is not Physco Goreman. It's a little girl that can be shown as the antagonist or the protagonist. She is the most annoying child I have seen in anything ever. In real life too. In movies, TV shows, real life. And real quick, I'm not trying to rag on the girl because, you know, like, she's a child. But I always thought that excusing acting for being a child, that's just stupid. You're going out there and you're acting. And like, I'm not trying to be too mean. She's probably a great person in real life, but she is a horrible actor. She is a terrible actor. And she might not even be a terrible actor. I need to watch other stuff that she's in. It's just either she's a terrible actor or it's a terrible script. And a problem, not only with her, but with everybody in this film, especially the children, except for Physco Goreman. And all the aliens are fine, but every single adult and child, human, in this film are talking like this. They're like, hey guys, how are you doing? Hey y'all, there's Physco Goreman over there. There's Physco Goreman over there. There's Physco Goreman. Oh, whoa. I had to turn this volume up to 100% when I usually have volumes at like 30 or 20. This was unbearably quiet. And I don't know if that's a sound difficult, but their voices were spiking everywhere. And I'm not trying to I'm not trying to say this is a bad thing about the children. It might be, but the sound quality in this film is horrible. It's either the sound quality or the children. Like, all of my complaints about the children's acting is either the script, like the movie makers themselves, or the children themselves. I have no idea. I have no clue. Because like everybody talks like this. It's not just one person. And that's insanely annoying. And so if it's like that, then this little girl's a bad actor. If it isn't like that, then this little girl got handed a bad script. But yeah, she's just genuinely unbearable in this film. She is genuinely unbearable. Like, like, if she was not the main character of this film, and there was a likable protagonist, this could have been an 8 or 9 out of 10 film. The potential is so missed. If we just had a better script that is not filled with about 3 jokes every 30 seconds, or I'd say like 4 or 5 jokes every 30 seconds actually, and only maybe one of them land, and the 4 others aren't even like just me like standing like this or thinking like, huh, okay, that was a funny joke in my head and not laughing. They are unbearable and make me go like, it's so freaking bad. It's like, the script is horrible and there is some funny jokes, but when that's weighed out with about 30 other pieces of absolute dog shit, it's just not gonna be enjoyable to me. And like there's some really cool parts, like when we actually focus on Physco Goreman. Like he has this flashback scene where he's like freaking working like as a slave in these mines. He gets this like rock gem, puts it in his stomach, and starts killing everybody. That's one of my favorite scenes in the film. He can open up his mouth like huge, like a freaking anglerfish, and eat people up. It's so cool whenever we're focusing on freaking aliens and not the most annoying like 10-year-old child I've ever seen in my life. It is, like, it's so, like, flabbergasting to me that they could ruin such a good plot. Like, just a good idea of this freaking, like, it's even an amazing idea for, like, a little kid to have access to a giant alien. But what don't they do? They treat it like a freaking, like, they treat him like a toy. And I feel like it'd be so much cooler if this little girl, like, took over the world. I feel like that'd be a great idea, like a great climax. And the climax of this movie is genuinely terrible. It's genuinely terrible. Like, I love, like I said before, I said this like 3 times, the first 15 and 20 minutes, it's really good. Like, the first 15 to 20 minutes is very solid. But I'm just left like this, wanting to be a short film. Like, I want this to be a 40-minute short film because the ending makes every single slightly likable character in this film and unlikable character 20 times worse. Like the dad. The dad had some pretty funny jokes at the beginning. Not all of them landed, but I only thought 2 of his jokes were bad. Like that was the only time I was like straight-faced, not feeling too huge ways about a joke. But he becomes the worst character. I think he actually becomes worse than the girl because he freaking borderline mentally abuses, not mentally abuses, but he's just a shit face to the mom basically the entire end. Like, they get in a fight because he's bought a new TV and he's like, you're gonna need to pick up a couple extra shifts because I'm taking time off work and I bought a new TV for $1,000. So you better start working, lady. He literally says that exactly. I didn't even freaking I paraphrased it basically. And there are some fun gags in this, his friend, I think his name's Antonio, the boy's friend, the brother's friend, which I feel like is a million times better than the girl, is turned into a giant brain blob by Physco Goreman for no reason. It's because the girl wanted to marry him, and he's like, oh, make him my slave. And so, he turns into a big brain, he turns into a big brain, tentacle monster. And he still, has, normal thoughts, and he can speak normally, and he's, still a normal kid. And he does not like being a brain boy. But, it's funny because, he, moves around with them. But I thought, oh, okay, he's going to turn back into a normal kid because he's one of the only likable characters in the film. And, he's like, do you think I'll ever be normal again? To, the girl, because he's sad about this, so why are you torturing one of the only likable character in the film other than Physco Goreman? The only funny character in the film other than Physco Goreman is him, and he is one of the he's the only non-villain, villain, because Physco Goreman is a villain and a bunch of other people are villains, but he's the only non-antagonist to not get a happy ending. He stays a slime boy, which is funny for a little bit. But when this guy's getting freaking tortured, for no reason, it's so annoying. I want him to be a little shithead, maybe. Or maybe just turn the girl into a slime monster or kill her, because I'd much rather see her like that. Because she, again, is the worst part of this film. I've said it so many times. She's unbearable. Okay, I'm going to play you a little clip that I recorded mid-video. There's some light glaring and all that because I recorded it. This is basically the entire movie. The entire movie, she's saying quips like this.
Physco Goreman. That's great. It's fun, it's hip, it's wow, and it's now.
Are you that's what she says all the freaking time. She says little fun, non-funny little quips, because she's an epic badass. Want to know what she reminds me of? Scrappy-Doo. She's a tiny little girl, and it's okay to have a little rascal of girl that's all big and powerful. But Physco Goreman, the first time, she does not know she can control him yet. So basically, Physco Goreman has this man's guts, like this random guy's guts strung everywhere with dead bodies all over the floor, and he's like, you see the design, and he's like standing all freaking menacingly, and this girl's like, no, let go of my brother. And he's like freaking like 2 foot tall, and I can just feel her like balling up her two sleeves and like ready to like freaking box at her. It's so annoying. Like, I don't want this freaking character to like all the time be a like stupid little maniac quit machine. It's horrible. Like, she's a genuinely 0 out of 10 character. Like, she makes the film a million times worse. And this like the parents' argument scene, I already mentioned it, that's horrible. They try to have character moments in the end, like about the brother like hating the girl and stuff, and I'm like, oh, like, don't stop, you know, like, just quit it. Like, I don't like any of these characters, and they like try to play it completely straight. And there's this like praying scene that popped out of nowhere in like the end of the film, where the girl's like, I hate you, God, like, and it's just like everything comes out of nowhere. It's like, and the ending is so horrible. Like, it's like the ending is horrible, the beginning is good, everything about this except for the first 20 minutes and Physco Goreman and a couple occasional good jokes is just horrible. The ending is so ass. Like, it's just like, oh my god. I do have to recommend the movie though, because I feel a lot of people could end up liking this, and it's just not for me, you know? Like, it's just not for me. And before I end this, I'm gonna give it a little quick ranking. I laughed 12 times, like laughed out loud 12 times, and you're like, oh, that's a really good ranking. That's a good amount of laughs. Like, what are you complaining about? But they told about, I'd say 80 jokes in this film. Like, I'm genuinely serious, like about like 80 or 70 jokes in this film, and I cringed at 18 jokes, meaning I had a reaction. Or I'd say like 60, actually. I had a reaction to half of the jokes. And over half of the 30 I've had a reaction to were fully negative. Like, I had slight negative reactions to like the other 30 that I don't really care about that much. And I had like a little bit of positive. So I'd say like, really, I have positive emotions about 17 of the jokes, and negative emotions about 20, like 3 or 4 of the jokes. So these jokes do not land, in my opinion. These jokes are bad. That's why I'm gonna have to give this movie, for all of its positives, it's still like a 4 or a 4.5. You might love it. I know a lot of people do love it, but this movie, Physco Goreman, was not it. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And all I have to say is I'm disappointed.